Hello and welcome to the Gift and Home channel. My name is Cinda Baxter. I'm the owner of Details Inc., fine stationery, invitations, and gifts in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'm here to help you ride the elephant in the room, the internet, figuring out how to make that little animal work its best for you. Now we're at the point where we've hired the designer, we've actually got a website, and now we're trying to figure out what do we do with this thing. So the title of the segment is, now that I have this, what do I do with it? Basically, rule one is you maintain, maintain, maintain. You can't just build a site and then walk away and let it fly its own. Customers expect that each time they visit, there's going to be new content, new images, new products, just as they expect every time they come to their store, into the store, they're going to see new product and new services. The minute they keep returning to find more of the same old, you're going to look stale, outdated, and you're not going to be visited anymore. You want to also review your site stats. Now, site stats are basically the pulse, for lack of a better term, of how your website's doing. It's a software program that you can download information from the internet from your server that your host has. Again, the host being the company that's given your website a home someplace, and the server being the computer that it's living on in their facility. You can take stats that are on your server and find ways to translate them through software that'll tell you how many people are visiting your site, which pages they're going to visit. When they go to pages, which ones they're going to link to if they start at the home page and then they go to the stationery page and then they go to traditional stationery, and then is that where they jump off? It'll give you all that kind of information, as well as where are they finding you. How many of these clicked over from a Google search? How many from a Yahoo search? It tells you if you have vendors that are linking to you. You can see that this particular week we had 17 people that came into us from the Cranes website. It really gives you an indication of what kind of traffic you have, just as you can tell from being in your physical store how many customers you have come in the door. You want to be sure to do this on a regular schedule. That way you're comparing apples to apples. I like to do it every week. I sit down and I compare the pages, I print them out and put them in a binder, but I can see side by side how the traffic ebbs and flows, especially around the holidays, because then I can pinpoint what specials or what promotions we need to run which weeks to get the most bang for the buck. Now you want to be sure to check not only the links in your website periodically to make sure that they're still correctly linking to the place they're supposed to be going. So for instance, if you go to our home page and you click on About Us, I want to see the page come up that has About Us, and then the next set of options for someone to click on. It's not unheard of that in the course of updating a site, somewhere a link is broken. You need to find those before your customer finds them, because if they click on a broken link and hit a white page that says 404 page not found, they could jump ship and leave and go to someone else's website. You also want to look at your vendors' websites. If they're providing links to your site, click on it and make sure it's actually going to your site. Once in a while, we'll find a broken link on a vendor site. All you have to do is pick up the phone, call them, and they get them fixed quickly. If you're doing any kind of an email blast, you want to make sure that you include links in your email to get back to the site. For instance, TiVo is excellent at this. They have a newsletter that they send out by email, have little blurbs that are the beginning of the articles, but then if you want to continue on, there's a link you can click on that brings you back to the TiVo site quite often. It gets you back into their website. A lot of major retailers know how to do this. Independents have learned quickly. It's a really good way to build the traffic back up in your site. And that gets you back to site stats again. If you've done an email newsletter, let's say 1st of November, telling people about something that they can still order in time for Christmas. You send your email out on a Monday. You want to watch your site stats that next 3 or 4 days, because as people are opening their email, you're going to see how many are clicking on that link and coming back into your site. So you'll know how effective that email blast has been. You also want to be sure to include press releases in a section somewhere of your website. We have ours under the About Us section, and there's a little button you can click on that says So Excited. It's about things that are pretty big and exciting to us, and that's pretty much where all the press releases come in. Anytime we've got a press release that goes out, a copy lands on there as well. It's just one more good piece of PR marketing you can do very easily. You want to be sure that you're supporting your website outside of your website. No matter what, be sure you've got your web address printed on your business cards, on your letterhead, all your promotional material. The banners that we hang in the front window, they've got our business name. We like putting our web address on there as well. You want to be sure that that web address is every place it can possibly be seen, just as your phone number is important, your web address is too. So that's the part you need to know there. The next step is how to build on your success. So sit tight. I'm Cinda Baxter. We'll be right back, and we'll get you through this last piece of the puzzle.